Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax And Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:34. And the police on Rock 102.
You better call the police. Somebody's got some cleaning to do.
Yeah, well, I got a little bit of a hazmat situation going on.
Sunny today with a high of 81. It's 60 in downtown Springfield. Can I just paint the picture of what just happened here?
Might as well, Steve. It's going to be out there.
All the bets were on me, even myself, of who was going to spill something first in this brand new studio. We got it here in mid-March. It is now almost the end of June. Congratulations, Mike Bax And Nagle, for spilling things all over the counter. At least it wasn't on the electronic part.
No, it was just on the phone, and Open Line Friday isn't for a couple of days. All right, but if I may brag, toot my own horn, I believe that's Massachusetts Broadcast Hall of Fame quality spillage.
Did you at least have yourself like in the back of your head going, it's gonna be me?
Well, silently, I thought it was gonna be Pat. That's where my money was on. It wasn't.
You know what the problem is? You got too many of those tumblers. You need to stick with one that has the good sippy cup lid on it so it doesn't tumble over.
If you can't tumble a tumbler, then what's the point of tumbling at all?
Yeah, but they're all different.
True. I have like a rainbow array of tumblers.
Yeah, I know you do.
It was my fault.
Well.
Anyway, we'll be talking about that all morning. And some other things, too.
Oh, we got plenty of stuff to talk about.
Loads, in fact. It's 5:35 with Bax And Nagle on Rock 102.
Call or text us anytime on the Route 10 Tire listener line at 413-293-1021. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Let's see. Hey, Buddy Guy, 90 years old.
90?
Celebrating his 90th birthday with a star-studded concert at Radio City Music Hall on October 1st. So he's not 90 yet, but he will be. And when they do, Eric Clapton, John Mayer, and other iconic performers. Tickets are on sale now, and the event promises to be a night to remember for blues music fans. Additionally, Buddy Guy recently released his 20th studio album, Ain't Done With The Blues, featuring collaborations with Joe Walsh and Peter Frampton. Don't miss the legendary musician's milestone celebration and check out the other upcoming artists on tour.
You know, there have been a number of people performing in their 90s.
Yeah.
Like Frankie Valli, for example. Man, that guy's bringing it to the table every time he performs. I mean, he may not be as active. He may be looking off into the distance. He may be forced to be pointed in the right direction towards the stage. But boy, I'll tell you what, the way he sings to those recorded tracks is very impressive.
You know what? I have no sympathy for anybody who buys a ticket for that after knowing now what the show is like. You know, we've seen the clips of the show. And for somebody to go, oh, yeah, I'll spend $50 to go see Frankie Valli, that's your own fault when he comes out on stage and he's just like one of those animatronics from like I said last week, the Hall of Presidents at Disney World. I just don't.
Well, Buddy Guy is still playing. And Tony Bennett, towards the end of his life before things started to go bad, was still performing.
But some people at that age can handle that. Obviously, everybody's different and everybody ages differently. But when you know that that's what you're going to see, the only reason you should be buying the ticket is to witness the train wreck in person.
Yeah.
Versus, I'm going to see Frankie Valli sing all the hits. He's not. I mean, he is, but it's not live.
Well, I think it's hard to put a price tag on the importance for some of these people to fulfill contractual obligations.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to cancel the Frankie Valli tour simply because he could no longer perform or sing?
It might be a good idea. I don't know.
Willie Nelson's still cooking.
Yes, but Willie Nelson actually sings and plays. We've heard that from Mark Scortino, who went on the road with him. You know, he's still able to perform and sing and do all these things, whereas Frankie Valli is kind of far gone and just stands there and does this mock. He can't even lip sync to his own music.
When Joe Biden is uncomfortable at a Frankie Valli show, maybe it's time to hang it up.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like, any of these old people, like, I'm not trying to say dismiss, because of the age you are, but everybody has different limitations to what they can do.
We do.
We absolutely do.
Nothing but limitations.
But I'm just saying, like, if you have that limit, maybe you should sit back and relax and hire somebody else to sing your songs. There's a lot of artists that do that.
I mean, look at Buddy Guy. Got like 15 different people playing on his show.
Yeah.
Who's not going to want to see that?
But like the Beach Boys.
Yes.
They're still touring as the Beach Boys. Is any one of them? Is Mike Love?
Mike Love is still with them.
But he's not with every show.
No, he is not.
Yeah. So sometimes you're just paying to see an entity versus.
Well, I think you're also paying to see John Stamos on drums. That alone is worth the price of admission.
Is he still touring?
I believe so.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's at every show, because I remember somebody complaining a couple of years ago that not one of those people was any original member of the Beach Boys. But, I mean, they're making money. At least they're selling it that way versus, hey, come see Frankie Valli stand here for 10 minutes while he tries to get through Can't Take My Eyes Off You. Liam Payne's 9-year-old son, Bear, has been named as the sole beneficiary to inherit the late singer's $29 million estate. The solo artist and former One Direction member died in October 2024 following a fatal fall from a third-floor balcony at Casa Sur Palermo Hotel in Buenos Aires. The Argentine prosecutor's office revealed that the 31-year-old's cause of death was due to multiple traumas and internal and external bleeding. Now, coming up 2 years since his passing, it appears that his 9-year-old son is the sole inheritor of $29,007,998.
This kid's going to have a PlayStation in every room.
That's a pretty good haul. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, thanks. But now, does the kid have access to this money, or does he have to wait till like the age of 21, 25?
I think it's like a trust thing where he's got to
probably
wait. People reported this figure and claimed it was shared in court documents. The outlet also shares that while some of the money can be accessed now, the majority of it will be held until he turns 18. But you only got another 9 years. That 18th birthday is going to be nothing but nose beers and hookers and
it's all going to happen at a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, well, he likes the ball pit.
You'll endure the lousy pizza, but the ball pit's worth it.
In the UK, estates are usually issued to the deceased's lawful spouse or to their nearest blood relative if they were unmarried. BBC News reports that Bray and Cheryl will be able to manage the money, but only have limited authority and cannot distribute it. So nobody can rob this kid blind.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish my parents were filthy, sticking rich. No such luck.
Well, I mean, they're rich with life.
Yeah, but that doesn't buy me a Bentley.
Well, yeehaw! Tennessee real estate agency is suing Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, and others over a $1.4 million for allegedly not paying rent on their Nashville restaurant.
I wasn't aware we had to pay the rent on our restaurant.
Brentwood-based agency GABH Realty has filed a lawsuit against the Country Stars, as well as their co-owner MLB alum Adam LaRoche and the restaurant's leasing company over unpaid rent at the Chop House, Nashville. Why would anybody want to go to a restaurant? This is the same thing. Why would you want to go to a Frankie Valli show when you know he's not, on the up and up? And why would you go to a Chop steakhouse by a guy who probably hasn't even cooked his own steak on his own grill in his backyard?
Because people love celebrity restaurants. You ever think for a moment that Michael Jordan's ever cooked a steak?
Remember the Toby Keith?
Yes.
I love this, but I think they have one at Patriot Place.
Right.
He didn't even write that song.
You know, Brett Favre had a steakhouse many years ago, and on every menu was a picture of his penis.
I think I ate there. I had the beef tips. Kim Kardashian has scored a rare Louis Vuitton soccer ball bag for the World Cup.
Really? She must have had something to say.
Oh, my God. The last time I had a ball bag was when Ray J let me give him a flubber buff on the Saggy Sisters, and that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
Well, I never got that sounding dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once did a dingus dunk in the furry pipe. The little four-legged foxtrot in the stench trench.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I moistened the Pope and pickled the prime meridian. You ever pickle the prime meridian?
No,
Right,
I have not.
Right down the middle.
Not once.
And that is your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
The following takes place between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Well, folks, the first round of the NBA draft is over, and after many players were selected before them, the Celtics chose 6', 11-inch forward Chris Nagle Jr. from the University of Houston. Who is this kid? Keep your pants on. I'm sure we'll all find out soon enough. All I can tell you is he's seen as a work in progress with lots of potential. Ironically, I had a guidance counselor in high school say the same thing about me, and look how that turned out. Either way, it's considered to be a reasonably solid pick, and later today, they'll wrap things up with the 10th pick in the second round. The real question is not what this new kid is going to do. The real question is, what are the Celtics going to do with that old kid, Jaylen Brown? After all, they did dangle him and allegedly 2 first-round draft picks in hopes of making a blockbuster trade with Milwaukee for Giannis Antetokounmpo. But since that didn't happen, there's speculation they may trade him anyway, simply because they may have hurt his feelings. However, last night, Celtics president Brad Stevens told ESPN that while they can't predict the future, Jaylen Brown is still a valued member of the organization, saying, Jaylen Brown is a big part of us. The one thing I want to make clear is how valued he's been, and he's always been. He's been amazing. He's been an amazing teammate and a great person to be around. Of course, not so amazing to have prevented you from shopping him around with 2 first-rounders just 24 hours earlier, but amazing enough to say he's in our long-term plans hours after your short-term plans fell into the crapper. Look, I don't know how upset Jaylen Brown really is following all this trade business, but that's what the NBA is. It's a business, and sometimes business is a dirty, gutless, backstabbing endeavor. And at 29 years old, I'm sure Jaylen Brown is already aware of this. And at 19 years old, I'm sure their first-round pick, Chris Nagle Jr., will eventually figure it out too. But until that happens, I'm sure these two will get along just fine, unless one of them gets traded in the next 24 hours. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Put a little color guard around the azaleas. Get Scott's Naturescapes Color Guard Mulch, now 3 bags, $10 at Rocky's. Hold the moisture in the soil, keep the weeds away, lay it down today. Scott's Naturescapes Mulch, available at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. You know, I don't know how you're feeling lately. I'm sensing that age is starting to creep in. You know what I did this morning?
What?
Well, first of all, I spilled my coffee. We had a bet going who was going to be the one to spill first.
Yeah, matter of fact, that was the first video we did, in the first week we were here.
Yeah.
And Aaron came and took interviews from everybody. And the majority was me, including myself. I said I would be me. That would be the first one to spill something in this brand new studio.
See, I had the money line on Pat Kelly. I thought,
Really?
if someone's going to be sloppy enough to spill something, it might be Pat. But it was me.
It was you.
And I want to apologize to the engineers. We didn't have a meltdown. It wasn't like the China crisis, the China syndrome happened. We got through it. We're all going to be okay.
The good news is it wasn't on any equipment. That would have been the bad thing.
Yeah, that would have been catastrophic.
This is just going to leave a coffee smell in here for a little while.
And a ring.
And a ring.
Probably a little bit of a ring around the table.
Well, we used to have cleaners and stuff in the old place.
You know what we need?
What?
I'm gonna see if we got petty cash. We need coasters.
We need coasters and Clorox wipes is what we need.
We used to have all the sanitary products. We had the wipes. We had the sprays. We had the hand sanitizer. We don't have any of that stuff now.
Well, we had Tony Arden with the. Remember, he used to bring in I'm disinfecting the place, muchacho.
Steve Nagle, I've cleaned your microphone because it was filthy.
Here you go, muchacho. So, yeah, we don't even have any of that stuff in here, probably because they figure it's so clean in here.
They probably figure, well, we'll never go through another pandemic again.
But it was bound to happen, and I'm really glad it wasn't me.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't mean to make anybody, to point fingers or have any expectations of anybody, but, I think in the back of your mind, don't we all think we're perfectly capable of destroying every piece of equipment in this building?
Yeah, that's how we do things around here.
You should see what I've done in the bathroom over the last couple of months.
That's why I used the first floor one.
Probably a smart idea.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about having a building with multiple bathrooms. You don't have to just stick to one level. See, and I'm sure Fred Mertz downstairs really he's not on my floor, Rick.
Hey, Rick, how about using some air freshener in here?
Don't use the bathroom on the second floor, Rick.
So, I kind of feel that since the bathroom on the third floor has got my name on it, the little sign, the honorary powder room, with my name. I feel if I start using another bathroom in this building, it's almost like I'm cheating on myself.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, it's like that bathroom that's got my name on it isn't good enough for me. Like somehow I'm better than something that's named after myself.
Yeah. Now, Bax, let me just. It's okay to get a little strange every once in a while and go to another bathroom.
Steve, I'm a traditional guy. I'm a loyal fella when push comes to shove.
Well, I know you are, but I'm just saying it's okay to wander a bit and see what it's like on the other floors.
Again, Steve, I feel like I'm being dishonest towards myself if I start using other toilets around this. You got 3 buildings in this business complex.
Yeah. That's 9 bathrooms.
Well,
9 men's rooms.
9 men's rooms. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go into the ladies' room. I mean, I used to go into the ladies' rooms on Fisher Avenue if the men's room was being used. So, I mean,
well, you didn't have any other options.
Well, it's a race against time,
right?
So you had to use that one at the top of the stairs. Now I've got the Bax honorary bathroom. I got 2 toilets and 2 stalls. I got it's like there's so much to choose from.
Yeah, but see, they're all different on each floor. Have you been into each one?
No, because again.
Oh, you got to explore. You got to expand your. Listen, time to spice things up around here.
Steve,
I need you to go. I told you, get some strange and go down to the second or even first floor. They're completely different than this one.
I can't be the kind of guy that gets involved in a toilet orgy in this complex.
What are you talking about?
I'm not going to do it. It's going to require like a new wardrobe. I'm going to have to say the word man a lot. No, I'm not going to go do that. Not to be disloyal to myself.
The one on the first floor is very handicap accessible. There's only 1 stall in there. It's huge.
Does it get bars?
Yes, it does. It has. It's like a 2-bathroom comfort cruise with 1 toilet.
Because sometimes I feel like I got to brace myself.
Yeah, and then on second floor, it's a completely different design.
Really?
Yeah. See, this is
more spacious.
This is what you're missing. You need to spice up your bathroom life, and you need to step out on the bathroom that you got here. Listen, this bathroom. What is that? All that gives you is nothing but guff. Every single day you walk in here, it's the same old. And then what are you going to do? You're going to have to have dinner together. And what do you do at dinner? You talk about your day.
Well, first of all, I'm not having dinner in a bathroom. That's unsanitary and it's not right. But do I seem like the kind of guy that's just going to indiscriminately start to side-eyeing the next public restroom? I don't think so.
Slopping around in other bathrooms? Why not?
Because, Steve, I'm a traditional guy with some moral fiber. I'm not a lot of it, but I've been trying to increase my fiber lately.
Don't you want to tease the other bathrooms?
Why are you trying to coax me, to tempt me into this?
Well, I'm telling you, it's okay. It's okay to explore a little bit with your body. You go into a different room, see what they got down there. There's hot water on the first floor. Did you know that? There's
is?
no hot water up here, but there's hot water on the first floor.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Get
That's
outta here.
the only floor that has hot water in it.
How come the first floor got the hot water and we don't?
I don't know. Maybe it's to maybe like for new tenants to come in here going, oh yeah, we got plenty of water, and then you move in here and you're like, wait a minute, what happened to hot water? Yeah, we don't have that on floors 2 and 3.
God,
It's only on the first floor.
what a facilities tease this is.
I'm telling you, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, this is you want to spice it up a little bit, Bax.
I don't know, Steve. I mean, you're asking me to do something I don't feel comfortable. I mean, is it me, Matthew? Is it me? Is it me? No, he says it's not me. He's on my side.
You gotta listen. You gotta explore. You gotta go out. Like after you're married to this toilet, and you've been dating since March now.
Listen,
here, and this is the time for you to break out of your shell and try floor 2,
Steve,
or floor 1.
I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah.
My mornings are very regimented.
Yeah.
And at my age, Steve, you really shouldn't be teaching an old dog new tricks. I'm going to be 60 years old in September, for crap's sake.
I know. You know what's on the second floor?
What?
An upside down pineapple.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
There is
yeah.
not.
Yes, there is.
Swingers in this complex.
That means multiple people use that bathroom at the same time. All right.
So I think you're pulling my leg. I think that's what you're doing. I think you're trying to tempt me in a way that I've never been tempted before, when I'm perfectly capable of using the bathroom that bears my name.
We should do a video of the other bathrooms today.
All right,
after
we already
the show.
did a video of me spilling coffee in the studio. How bad do things have to get?
Well, we need to make 3 per day, and we've been falling short of that. So I think today is the day we catch up on all that stuff. I'm telling you, get some bathroom strange backs. Don't let it get a little spice on floor number 2.
I don't know if I could live with myself if I start to, dipping my toes in other restrooms when I've got one. Why? Why buy the farm when I've already got the cow on this floor?
Listen, I'm just giving you some sound advice.
I don't know how sound it is, Steve.
You need to be a building bathroom whore. And I fully approve of it.
Listen, it's taken me this long to gain the reputation I have. God knows what that actually is, but I'm not so sure that I want to change people's opinion about and mess up that reputation.
We didn't have this kind of accessibility in the other building. You had to walk. You would have to have walked all the way to the other side. Mm-hmm. This way, you just take the lift and you go downstairs, and you get yourself familiar with the other people on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you are?
What?
You're a toilet pimp.
I am a toilet pimp. By the way,
you're a toilet broker is what you are.
First one's free.
Just to tease me and string me along, right?
Yeah. Bax is going to a bathroom swinger party. All right.
It's 6:22 on Rock 102.
Sully has the full forecast for you.
I'm being told on the Route 10 Tire listener line, this might be the weirdest conversation you've had, and that's really, really saying something.
It's not the weirdest conversation we've ever had.
We've had some pretty weird ones. I mean, this was weird, but I mean, I think we've gone deeper.
Do people get that this is like entertainment?
Steve, I can't
it's
even
viewed as entertainment.
I don't even think of it as entertainment.
Why not? Well, why wouldn't you not see this as entertainment?
Because I see this as the thing I do to pass the time in between paychecks.
I guess so. I guess you could say it that way.
Hey, this week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is guitarist John Koneski from Tenacious D. Great guitar player. While the band is somewhat on a hiatus at the moment, he is involved in a brand new project called Missoula. They got an album coming out called Death Doula. It's with John Spiker from Tenacious D and Brooks Wackerman from Avenged Sevenfold and Bad Religion. It's really, really cool. We talk about the record, we talk about the band, and we also talk about that little problem that Kyle Gass from Tenacious D may have had in Australia. It's been resolved and everything is good. But check that out. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and on the Rock 102 app. All brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee. And Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Sounds like another good one.
He also talks about being a little starstruck with Jack Black. For a couple of years, he was starstruck. Like he just
couple of years.
Yeah, it took him a little while. It took a little while before he could, feel like, okay, he's just another guy on the bus.
Well, I mean, a couple of years.
Years.
That's a little weird, don't you think?
It's a little weird. But
Okay, I could see like the first week, and then you realize after a while, oh, he's just like everybody else.
that's what he's discovered now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been with the band for years, but I mean, for the first couple, he didn't know how to. He didn't know how to talk to a guy like Jack Black.
Huh. I felt that way when Dave Coombs came here.
Yeah, me too. I
was
never knew how to
starstruck.
talk to him.
The guy I listened to when I was 12 years old, I was so starstruck.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm like, can you play that Thunderbirds parody? Are you ready to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's classic rock.
Two guys sitting in a bar, right?
Yeah.
One guy says to the other guy, he's a guy, I went to that new paraplegic strip club yesterday.
Oh boy.
And the guy goes, well, yeah, how was it? And the other guy goes, it was awesome. That place was crawling with pussy cats.
Very good, Steve.
Well, must be a shelter for homeless cats.
It must be.
It must be.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
don't
it
know.
is. I have no. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. An investigation conducted by the Hamden DA's office into an officer-involved shooting involving the death of Dennis Gerard has concluded. In December of 2025, officers were called to the area of 1100 Worcester Street in the Indian Orchard section for a report of an adult man experiencing a mental health crisis while armed with a knife. The Hamden DA's office says that the man had ingested mushrooms, jumped from a window, and was trying to harm himself. When officers arrived, the man was found outside holding the knife and covered in blood. During the encounter, the man refused to comply with the officer's request to drop the knife. In an effort to handcuff the man, he swung the knife towards an officer. Due to the reaction, a second officer fired his service weapon, striking the man. Officers provided medical aid, but the man died from his injuries. The Hamden DA's office confirmed the victim was 38-year-old Dennis Gerard of Springfield. An autopsy revealed his cause of death to be from a gunshot, with knife wounds also a contributing factor. The circumstances surrounding the shooting, as well as the use of force during the incident, were investigated by the Springfield Police Department's Detective Bureau under the Hamden DA's office direction. On Tuesday, the DA's office released the final report saying the officer's shooting was justified. The officers were responding to a call for help and made repeated efforts to resolve the situation through verbal commands and less than lethal force, Gallooni continued. When Gerard swung a knife towards an officer, an immediate threat was presented, and the officer's response was reasonable, justified, and lawful. The Rumble Seat Bar and Grill in Chicopee has been approved for temporary extended hours under a state pilot program. Yeah. Staying open till 3 o'clock in the morning.
I am gonna get loaded.
This approval comes just in time for the FIFA World Cup. Actually, not just in time. It started when did it
2 weeks
start?
ago.
Yeah, I was going to say. The Chicopee License Commission voted to allow the bar to serve drinks until 2:30 a.m. All beverages must be cleared by 2:45, and patrons are required to be out by 3 a.m. Billy Stetson, owner of the Rumble Seat, said he is thankful that the city trusts the business with the responsibility. The temporary license allowing extended hours for Rumble Seat Bar and Grill will remain in effect through July 31st. I can't believe that it took this long after the approval of the casinos back in 2018, where they're allowed to stay open till like 4 a.m., I think.
Yeah.
What?
Well, this is kind of the hypocrisy that a guy like Billy's been talking about forever. It's like, well, if you're going to extend the bar hours for a casino, why can't I extend the bar owners for my business?
Yeah, I really don't see the difference in allowing one place to do it and nobody else except the one. And I understand that MGM contributes, to the community and, all this other stuff. And there's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, why is it only one place and not the rest of the people that are around?
For the same reason why, bars and restaurants in Massachusetts have not been able to do happy hours on Fridays. Yeah, or whatever. No, there is no happy hours here in Massachusetts, and there haven't been since the 80s. But yet, every other state in the country, or nearly every other state in the country, does.
I could be wrong about it, and because I talk out my butt almost every
we
single
both do.
day. But I believe if you're going to have like a special, you have to run it for 7 consecutive days. Like if you're going to offer, years ago when I used to go to the beautiful lighthouse over in Ludlow.
Oh, yeah.
The big thing over there was 50-cent drafts. And of course, you want a younger crowd to come and patronize your business. They're enticing you with the 50-cent draft. So the 50-cent draft thing was all the time. And then that's how they get you, because they know you're going to do shots and all this other stuff. And and other people that come with you are going to buy different beers. It's not like everybody is drinking Bud Light, but it was a way to get people in the door. I don't understand why you're not allowed to do that either.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you are. But remember when I used to drink a whole lot more than I do now?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you are having a drink special every single night, let's say it's $1 Pabst Blue Ribbon, and you got to run that for 7 days.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I only got like 1, maybe 2 days of that in me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go 7 days of that. I mean,
well, it's
not that good.
It's not you with the 7 days. It's the special. It's the law that they have to offer it for 7 days.
Let's say I have tendencies to be in bars all the time. I'd get pretty bored of that special.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that wouldn't be bored by that.
Some
special.
people wouldn't be, but I would feel like I would want a little bit of variety, which means like a regular happy hour can be a different special every night.
I went to the Lighthouse on 9/11.
Did you?
With my dad.
Really?
Yeah. And he was already half in the bag when we got there.
Well, it was a tough day for all of us.
And, it was. And then first of all, he played the flight numbers on the Massachusetts lottery and then won $237 on the numbers game the next day.
Are you kidding?
It was one of the flight numbers came out.
How freaky is that?
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
Wow.
Yeah. And but when we bellied up to the bar after because he was like, we got to get out of here. We can't be watching this crap on TV all day. It's bad for your brain. And he was right, because it's like how much destruction and devastation can you watch in one morning? Your brain's getting overloaded. Everybody's was. It was just a shocking thing to see. So we went and chipped a few balls over at Fenway Golf, which I believe he had a couple of nips in his pocket that he was doing over there. And then we drove over to the Lighthouse in Ludlow, where he bellied up to the bar, and he said, I'll have, he used to drink Red Wolf beer.
Red Wolf beer. Yeah. Wow, okay.
That was his thing.
That was the hot drink.
Yeah, and by the way, the Springfield Liquor Mart would stock it for him, but it had dust on the bottle because nobody else drank Red Wolf beer.
Just him.
Just him. And he even had the commemorative bottles that had the 2 eyes on it, but when the beer warmed up, the full wolf face would come out.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So we belly up to the bar at the Lighthouse, and he goes, I'll have a Red Wolf and a shot of caca, caca, caca.
What the hell is that?
And that was the exact reaction the bartender had going, what? Caca, caca, caca. And then she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, Parrot Bay. I want a shot of Parrot Bay.
So all of a sudden the bartender has to solve puzzles?
Well, I said
like
that's
speaking of riddles for crying out loud.
And I just said that's his love language.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how he asks for things.
Well, it's nice to know that old lucky 9.5 Nagle
9.5 Nagle
had a great night that night.
Well, it was a sad day for everybody.
I'm happy to know that he didn't let the terrorist win.
He was the other tower that fell when we got back home.
Except that tower you expected to fall.
Right.
No one said that was an inside job.
Yeah. So anyway, congratulations to the Rumble Seat for being the first bar in Western Mass or in the state. I think it's probably in the state, I think. He might be the first one to get the 3 a.m.
You know what? I mean, good for him. I can see where this is a big boon. I mean, you got soccer games going late. Your team wins.
Yeah,
you don't want to knock off early.
Absolutely not. You gotta be ready to rock and roll.
That's it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's talk about some crack cocaine. How about that?
Sure.
Holyoke man is in custody after police found drugs during a search. Holyoke police said local and state law enforcement had received information over the last few weeks that 49-year-old Michael LeBoy of Holyoke was allegedly running a drug distribution operation out of his South Summer Street apartment. Investigators applied for him, were granted a search warrant, which was executed on Thursday, and we're just hearing about it now. During the search, more than 51 grams of crack cocaine was seized, and LeBoy was arrested on charge of trafficking a Class B substance of 100 grams.
Now, I realize that's a lot to count. 30 bags? Was it 30 bags?
Yeah, 30 bags.
And 100 grams?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can lose count, but is there any reason why this has taken 6 days to report on?
Well,
I realize if somebody's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and like someone's yelling out 15, 75, 14, and you lose track, got to start all over again. I realize that can happen, but still, 6 days.
That's a long time to get the information.
I mean, if let's say I'm a buyer. Let me say I'm a customer. I'm wondering how come I was unable to complete a sale from the Facebook marketplace of drug activity.
The other drug dealers in the area, right? When he
Yeah.
got arrested, they all said, "Let's hear it for the boy. Let's hear it for my baby. Let's give the boy a hand." You got to understand.
Yeah, right.
He's no Romeo, but he's my loving one-man show. Whoa, 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 let's hear it for the boy.
Fantastic.
Hey, yeah, Denise Williams, she was a pretty fine-looking lady in her day.
Denise Williams,
Yes,
that's the one.
Denise Williams.
Right.
Well,
She sang all those classics with Johnny Mathis, if I'm not mistaken.
Did she really?
I believe she did.
Are you making that up? Or
No,
is
I
it,
think she duetted with Johnny Mathis.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Steve, that's what I'm here for, to throw out really interesting factoids.
Find out more about this on Baxy's Musical Fun Bag on Sunday nights.
I don't anticipate a Denise Williams or a Johnny Mathis episode, but you know what? I would love to talk to Johnny Mathis.
You're not going to play the entire library of Johnny Mathis and Denise Williams this Sunday night on Baxy's Musical Fun Bag?
Chances are I won't.
Well, you should. People would want to hear that.
I know they would.
More illegal off-highway vehicles have been taken off the Springfield streets. Springfield police spokesman Ryan Walsh said, "My best friend's sister's boyfriend's girlfriend heard from this guy who's dating this girl that a couple of quads got confiscated on Franklin Street. I guess it's pretty serious." They conducted a traffic stop and seized the uninsured and uninsured vehicle. The rider, a 31-year-old Springfield man, will also be issued a criminal complaint. Later that day, a dirt bike rider who was reportedly not wearing a helmet was seen on Maynard Street. The rider, identified as 25-year-old Dennis Flores Velez of Springfield, well, that rhymes.
It does.
Dennis Flores Velez.
Right. His name's like a poem.
Was arrested and charged with operating an off-highway vehicle on a public way, operating a motorcycle without a helmet, operating an uninsured motor vehicle on a public way, and receiving a stolen motor vehicle. The dirt bike had been reported stolen out of Springfield. A dirt bike rider was reportedly not seen wearing a helmet while riding along Ledyard Street on Friday. A criminal complaint will be issued to the 26-year-old Springfield man, and the unregistered and uninsured mini dirt bike was towed. I saw these two idiot kids driving down the street in my town yesterday.
Yeah.
On the mean streets of Huntington. It's one of those electric dirt bike things.
Yeah.
These kids must have been no older than 12. And the kid who is the driver has a helmet on. And the kid who is the passenger is riding on the handlebars of the bike, going about 30 miles an hour as he's screaming going down the sidewalk.
Huh. That sounds unsafe.
I was going to say something, but then I'm like, what good would it do? These kids ain't going to listen to some bald-headed minivan driving dink.
They're not listening to their parents, I'm sure of it, and they're not going to listen to you, and I'm sure they're not going to listen to common sense. But if you were to fall off that e-bike, off those handlebars, and all of a sudden your backside is ripped off because of a tire that's going 30 miles an hour over the small of your back, you may have earned that right to be sent to a hospital.
Where are the parents who are like, don't do that. We bought you this bike. We want you to have fun with it. You're wearing your helmet. You're doing it. You did a good job.
And you can blame the parents, but have you ever seen like a 12-year-old kid listen to what their parents had to say?
You would think though that something that we wound up getting an ATV when I was like 12 years old. There was like a neighbor that was giving one away. Basically, that's the only way we could afford one of those things, and it was an old bike. But there was all these rules, like you're only allowed to do this when somebody's home. You can only do this. We had a little bit of the neighbor had property that we were allowed to ride around on. But
did you follow all those rules?
I did.
Did your brother follow all those rules?
My brother was out of the house by then, so he wasn't even in
What about
house.
your no good sisters? Were they following all the rules?
No, probably not.
Somebody in that house wasn't following the rules.
I believe it was the rule maker who wasn't following the rules. But no, I mean, that was instilled into me. Like, listen, you can't drive this on the road at all. Like, there's no. It was a four-wheeler. It was but it wasn't like a racing one. It was one of those like workhorse one kind of things.
What I'm telling you though is like, you talk to a 13-year-old about the safety, rules of a new toy, a new bike, a new e-bike, whatever it may be.
Yeah,
a lot of times a 12-year-old doesn't pay attention to all those rules.
Yeah,
is that the fault of the parents, or is that the fault of the 12-year-old who didn't listen?
I don't know. I just the sad thing is somebody's going to get seriously injured, and then it'll be, oh yeah, I guess I should have followed the rules.
And it's just like in Arrested Development, and the guy takes off his arm and says, and that's why we follow the rules on the e-bike,
and that's the rest of the story.
Right.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny with a high of 81. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 82, 60 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh yeah.
Pat Kelly and the Rock 102 Road Crew are going to be at Free Music Friday this Friday from 7 to 9 at the Plaza at MGM Springfield. You can enjoy live outdoor music at MGM's Plaza featuring great local bands. This week it's Billy and the Jets playing the hits from Elton John and Billy Joel. They'll be taking the stage around 7:30. Great beverages being sold at the Plaza Bar, craft beer from White Line Brewing, plus delicious bites from various local food trucks. It's Free Music Friday this Friday at MGM with Pat and the Road Crew from Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Let's see. A couple of things. First of all, there is no $20 dinner and a comedy show this week. This is the 1 week we are going dark. I guess had a couple of sales. Don't do that again, because then I'm gonna have to refund you and all that other stuff and whatnot. So no, not this week. Next week though, July 2nd, we'll be back. I will be at Fire by Forge in Hartford, which is an amazing restaurant. I don't know if you've ever been now.
I have not.
And there's a comedy show going on on Tuesdays, We Wear Black. We had Kate Mollison in here last week talking about that organization. And there's a fundraiser show this Saturday. Show doors open at 6. Show is at 7 o'clock. $25, and you can find it at funnyforfunds.com for the tickets.
Very cool.
There you go.
That'd be a good time.
It should be a damn good time.
There have been some big stories to pop up in the last 24 hours. I'm sure we'll talk about them a little bit later.
Yeah.
Some major changes in local businesses that will astound you and sadden you at the same time. I feel a little lump in my throat, too.
I got a little surprise for you, too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of surprise?
I think you'll enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
All right, I'm going to take your word for it. We'll see how that happens.
And you'll be like, oh, my God, thank you. That's what you'll say.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Listen, now you've piqued my curiosity.
Well, that's what I do. I'm a peeker. I peek here and there, everywhere. Whatchamacallit? You know where I went for the first time yesterday?
Where?
The Ashley Reservoir in Holyoke. I've lived in this area for more than 30 years.
You've never been down there?
I have never been. You know why? Because I've always driven by the Route 202 side.
Yeah.
And there's no parking there, so I've never stopped. That's my usual route home.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize you park at the Holyoke Elks. And you can walk down the road down there. What a beautiful area.
Oh, it's
down
gorgeous.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lot of goose poo, though. There's geese everywhere around there.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a thing. I mean, the Canada geese, that's really all they ever do.
There ain't nothing dry about those Canada's dry, it's a little wet, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, when we used to play, I told you the story before. We used to play softball many years ago.
Yeah.
We'd play like around Heritage Park in East Longmeadow.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And every year, I mean, we'd start off at the center, and then we'd have to move because, the festival would destroy all the athletic fields over there. We had to move, so we went to Heritage Park, and as we would play, at that time of the summer, the Canada geese would migrate, and Canada geese do two things: they fly, and they drop stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was like carpet bombing, like those old War of the World videos you saw, back those old black and white World War II things.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly what it looked like. You had to dodge all the Canada goose poop at every game.
Yummy.
But but you're right though. That Ashley Reservoir is very, very beautiful.
Yeah, I'd never been there before, which is weird. First time for everything, I guess.
Look at you exploring nature.
Exploring Western Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Well, this is what you do when you don't drink anymore. You go and enjoy nature. Sometimes I wonder, I'm making tea decaffeinated tea for myself at night now.
My God, what happened to you?
I don't know, but I will say that the blood orange decaffeinated tea from Trader Joe's is chef's kiss.
Delicious, huh?
Right, it's a nice little nightcap before you sit down with a novel and toss yourself off to sleep.
That means two things.
I didn't say sauce tossing. I said toss yourself off to sleep.
That's totally different.
Toss saucing is,
and it doesn't keep you up all night because of the caffeine.
There's no caffeine in it, and it's absolutely delicious.
But at my age, it keeps you up all night simply because 50, 60 years old, and all of a sudden you're drinking right before bedtime.
Did you ever have
Big mistake.
A lavender tea? It's absolutely delicious.
It's actually, Steve, I have had a lavender chamomile. That's quite calming.
That's lavender and chamomile.
It's two great herbal tastes that taste great together.
What is a chamomile anyway?
I believe it is a dinner with camel meat.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I've only had the toes before. That's why it tasted wildly familiar.
Oh my God! Look at the time.
The following takes place between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I don't know what to tell you, but it seems as though the NFL has become a heartless, insensitive, uncaring collection of gutless bastards who are consumed with their hateful, preconceived notions and moral judgments. Yesterday, the NFL concluded that they will not hold a supplemental draft this season, thereby ruining the chance to disgrace Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby from ever playing competitive organized football again. Now, you may recall that Brendan Sorsby has been banned from college football after admitting betting more than $90,000 in at least 40 games which he participated in while playing for the Indiana Hoosiers. Sorsby, who has taken this to court, has both won and lost injunctions to restore his eligibility, announced last week that he would enter the NFL supplemental draft, even though the league has not held a supplemental draft in years. Sorsby's attorney claims that the league's decision not to hold a supplemental draft is a violation of the league's collective bargaining agreement and is against the law, especially since he has completed an inpatient treatment program for his gambling addiction. Meanwhile, inside sources inside the NFL told ESPN yesterday that Sorsby's application carries a lot of issues that would compromise the integrity of the game. The bottom line is this: the NFL is under no obligation to bend over backwards for a kid who is yet to figure out that there are still consequences for his actions, especially since those actions interfere with the integrity of the sport at every possible level. You see, playing football is not exactly a constitutionally protected right. It is, in fact, a privilege protected by a set of rules. College football has those rules, and so does the NFL, who are under no obligation to set up a supplemental draft just for you, especially since there's not a team in the league dumb enough to sign you, or does not getting drafted violate your rights too. I'm willing to bet you $50 that it doesn't. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Rocky's not only got a heck of a power tool department, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Craftsman, there's a power tool expert at every Rocky's store, like Robbie at the East Longmeadow Rockies. Robbie's a power tool ace. Good people, rock solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
You know, we were informed yesterday that a local business has shut down, closed their doors. It leaves a gaping hole right there in the middle of West Side. I don't know if you've seen this story, Steve, but to me, it is the kind of story that should rock the entire region, not just West Springfield.
Right. This was posted on the door of the West Springfield Hooters yesterday. Are you ready?
Yes.
After much deliberation, we've made the difficult decision to close this location. We are incredibly grateful for the many years of great times, cold beer, hot wings, and unforgettable memories shared here. Thank you to our guests, team members, and community for the support over the years. And that's the end of that.
Steve, I'm going to need just a second to wipe the tears from my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm very emotionally distraught by this. It's terrible news. I think we can all agree. This completely changes the landscape of Riverdale Street. It used to be a Bickford's, like two great restaurants in the same location have shut their doors.
Well, maybe it's the location.
Yeah, you're right. There aren't a whole lot of surviving businesses on Riverdale Street.
No, but maybe it's that particular location. You know, I mean, if you had one business that was booming and couldn't survive, what makes you think another business could boom and survive there? I mean, how many years is that the Hooters was there?
Boy, I mean, we were doing work releases over there for years.
Like 2013, maybe.
Yeah,
I think when they opened, because I remember going to the opening. Were you there for that? Or was it John? Maybe it was John.
I think we were all there for that.
And they were just like handing out appetizers and wings like it was nobody's business. And,
right.
I was getting crocked.
Yep.
I gotta slip out and go to Hooters. You know, where will all the men bring their 13-year-olds for their birthday parties? Now that's what I really want to know.
You want to know where?
Where?
To the two remaining locations of Hooters in Massachusetts, in Dedham and Saugus.
That's a long way to go.
You want to bring your 13-year-old kid all the way out to Saugus or Dedham? Please.
Is there still one in Manchester, Connecticut?
No,
it's not.
That's
I guess
gone
that's
too.
Closed too. What happened?
You're going to see all these Hooters waitresses, like on the streets.
Yeah.
Will provide adequate service for food. I mean, honestly, you're a Hooters waitress, just walking around the streets in those orange shorts and those tight shirts. What are you going to do? What happens next to them? Did anyone at Hooters think about those people?
Well, I mean, you think about it, there's probably a lot of people that are out of a job today.
You know, I remember doing work releases at the Hooters in West Springfield, and I remember some of our listeners loving the food so much that they would bring Gladware containers and Ziploc bags to take all the free wings home with them because they keep and they're delicious.
Oh, we're classy people.
Right. Yeah. I also remember when it opened up at the old Spaghetti Warehouse downtown on Congress Street. And I remember when I believe John and I celebrated our 2000th show at that location. And in fact, I think we were all very excited to know that we were not the only ones throwing a party that night. There was also a baby shower going on at the Hooters in the party room.
There was a good Mexican restaurant in that building too for a while. In that same building.
Yes,
it was really good. I can't remember the name of it now, but I remember going there.
I completely forgot about that.
They had some really good Mexican food in there.
That was after the Hooters.
If anybody knows what that restaurant was inside that Spaghetti Warehouse building, it was after the Spaghetti Warehouse, I believe. Wait, I don't remember. I
want to think it was like after the Hooters. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think you might be right. It was after the Hooters.
Yeah, but it was actually quite good.
Yeah, whatever, Cantina maybe or something like that. I don't remember. If
someone's going to tell us on the Route 10 Tire listener line.
413-293-1021. Text us on the Route 10 Tire listener line if you remember what that restaurant, the Mexican restaurant in there, because that was good. That was really good. Somebody says the one in Wethersfield might be still open. No,
that's gone too.
That's gone too. All right.
What's happened to the Hooters? Where are we supposed to go for such delicious wings and stuff like that?
Perfect. This is a great idea. The waitresses can stand outside the shortstop and advertise signs for the $20 dinner and a comedy show. I think that's
a great idea.
Listen, if you can't help a poor Hooters girl find work, what kind of person are you?
Yeah. Someone reminded. There was a story that came out like last week or the week before that Hooters is trying to rebrand themselves as a more friendly, family-friendly stop. So I believe the waitresses were going to wear like sweatpants and parkas, something far less revealing.
What does that even mean?
Families would go all the time. Every time I was at the Hooters, and it was mostly for work obligations, but every time I was there were always families. Like you said, 13-year-old boys being taken there by their drunken fathers, baby showers. That's a great family place.
Come on, boy, I'm going to make you a man today.
Today we're going to go to Hooters.
You're going to watch Dad get hammered, and you're going to see some boobies.
And I'm going to say the double door Mexican cantina.
That sounds dirty.
It sure does. The double door?
The double door.
Mm-hmm.
Any tilted kilts around? The Hooters, your girls could go there.
I don't believe there are any in this area.
You know what they have down south? I noticed these in Georgia when I was down there. Twin Peaks. That's another one of these chain restaurants focusing on the wings of the place.
Really?
If you will. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone, and this is not to badmouth Hooters as a business or a corporation, but I don't know if anyone was really going there for the great service or the food specifically.
What are you talking about? You don't want a greasy plate of drummies or?
Listen, I love wings like anybody else, and their wings were perfectly fine. But I think most people didn't go there for that.
Bax interviews a Hooters girl who loves music. What does that mean?
I have no idea what they're talking about.
We got like dinks on the Route 10 Tire listener line via text too.
I mean, is there any way to avoid the dinkage?
Perhaps. The Manchester Hooters is now a sushi place. Wasn't it kind of always?
No, Steve.
Now it's just specifically selling sushi.
Yes, exactly. Nothing was served raw there, as far as except the carrot sticks.
Oh, I don't know about that. But I have a little surprise for you.
You do?
Yeah, in commemoration of the Hooters in West Springfield closing. Now, people like this don't get a piece of nostalgia every day of the week. But to you,
me,
yeah, I'm. Because I didn't deliver on your $100 Amazon card that's still sitting in my home somewhere.
Right.
Which you will eventually get.
Sure.
Once I clear off the coffee stains of the of the envelope.
Once you transfer it to your own Amazon account.
But I got something for you. A little piece of nostalgia from the
Really?
West Springfield Hooters. And this, my friend, is a $25 gift card to Hooters.
Wow.
Which $25 would have been worth that much at the Hooters. But now, these are in high demand. This is probably worth $25.50 for a piece of Western Massachusetts nostalgia. That belongs to you, my friend.
This is almost suitable for framing.
It's delicious.
You know what, Steve? If I had the wherewithal to go to Saugus or Dedham, I could redeem this for $25 in delicious wings from Hooters.
I don't know.
But I almost feel like I want to keep this as a memento.
I think it was only specific to that location.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't say specifically.
I know, but I don't know if it's any good.
Well, it's not good in any. participating local Hooters locations.
I don't know.
Well,
we'll
thank you,
see
Steve.
what happens. Yeah, Liz, you're welcome. That's a little piece of nostalgia for you. I know you like nostalgic things, and I dug that out of my junk drawer.
I was going to say, did you go through the entire house, ripping it apart, looking for this Hooters card?
Yeah, let me just paint the picture of how I got that, okay? That was going back probably 7 years ago, where I did something for the sales manager here at Rock 102.
Yeah.
And as a return favor, here, take the family out for dinner some night.
To Hooters.
Yeah, and I'm like, yes, because a man with 2 young girls at home is the perfect place to take them to an outdoor or a dinner at a Hooters restaurant. That is why they were sitting in my junk drawer for the last 6 or 7 years.
You didn't feel that was like an appropriate place to take your young girls?
I you know what? I do have limits, believe it or not, and that was one of the places that I said, hey, don't even think so. I wasn't even going to order takeout from there.
Really?
Yeah, because they were so little, I would have had to brought them inside the restaurant while picking up the to-go order.
You kids stay in the car. I'll be out in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, Dad's going to have a couple of tall ones.
A couple of yards of beer.
Yeah, that was my gift bequeathed upon me.
Steve, thank you for bequeathing me. This is
Hey, listen.
This is a very exciting time.
I knew I was hanging on to that for some reason.
Well, I'm glad that I could be the benefactor of your generosity.
This is the kind of person that doesn't clean out a junk drawer when he moves homes. That has been with me since my former residence. Also in Huntington. But still, like, that came with me. That was like, somebody's going to want this someday.
I'm slightly curious as to which sales manager said, here's a Hooters card for you and your family.
You know what else I got in that drawer?
What?
A Lux Burger card. I also have a Toys R Us gift certificate. I also have
and a gift card to Johnson's Bookstore.
And Caldor.
Wow. Man.
Yeah.
Good luck with all of that.
Now, if I could only find that Leechmere card.
It's 7:22 on Rock 102.
The Rock 102 app. Download it and take Springfield's classic rock wherever. Stream the station, listen to Bax and Nagle's podcast, stay on top of what you can win, find out where your favorite band's playing locally, or have fun and leave us a message with the open mic feature, along with plenty more. The Rock 102 app. Download it now and you're good to go with Springfield's classic rock anytime.
I'm looking at that picture right now. That's that's nice. Yeah, the Route 10 Tire listener line never disappoints. When you start talking about something and people start sending memories of the past, it's kind of heartwarming in a way.
Somebody said Bradley's will honor your card, I hear.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, hey, who doesn't love a good Bradley's?
Yeah.
What about a Channel? Anybody got a Channel gift card?
I don't know. Someone sent a picture of their 13-year-old son back in 2014 enjoying his platter of wings at Hooters in West Springfield.
Ah, man.
With a waitress.
A coming of age.
It really is.
That means two things.
That's, you're a man now, son. 13 years old. You're practically an adult.
You know, speaking of which, I don't know if you've noticed this, but the uptick in stories about women who are teachers having relations with their students. Have you noticed that there seems to be like a more abundance about those?
Well, my algorithm hasn't sent me down that rabbit hole yet, but apparently it has for you.
I don't know why. Why that's it's not even on my social media. I'm just looking at like the regular news aggregation on like Reddit or whatever, and they're showing like these women but the amount of people who are like, where were these broads when I was in school?
They weren't that into you. That's where those broads were.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, how would you feel if it was the other way around? Because how many times have we heard like a male teacher being a predator towards a girl, and the double standard of this guy should be hung, and which I don't disagree with, but
it's completely hypocritical.
It is absolutely hypocritical. They're children. They are children, and
yes.
whether or not you feel that, I don't know why it is like that. I don't know why why we have such a double standard of a view of whether or not a boy is any different than a girl being
No, if you're the
assaulted by
you're the victim of a predator, it's still a traumatic, horrifying situation, regardless of your gender or age.
Because your brain is still developing,
Yes.
and you're not mature enough yet to make those decisions for yourself of whether or not, I don't know. To me, it just seems very hypocritical and a huge double standard that we have regarding this kind of things.
Listen, you're absolutely right. And regardless of how you feel about it, it's still against the law.
That's what I mean.
What more do you need to know?
Oh, man, I had nothing but uglies as teachers back in my day. I would have killed for having one of these.
Yeah, sure you would have. Yeah, she probably wouldn't have been that into you.
But you know what? People show their true colors when
They do.
When things like that.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Steve. The human race is sometimes loaded with scum. 7:35 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Geisler's. Tell them you got it at Geisler's. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A Springfield man who was wanted on several warrants is now in police custody. Over the last several months, local, state, and federal authorities have been looking for 25-year-old Shiloh Harris of Springfield in connection with 4 outstanding warrants for gun charges, shootings, and a home invasion, according to Springfield police. Investigators received information Tuesday morning that Harris was back in Springfield and was in a Silver Street home. Around 9 a.m., a search warrant was executed, and Harris was taken into custody on those warrants. He had a default warrant out of Springfield District Court for firearms-related charges, and an arrest warrant out of Springfield District, another arrest warrant out of Springfield for also firearms charges, and also another arrest warrant for breaking and entering in the nighttime and threatening to commit a crime, home invasion, and then a fourth warrant for failure to stop for police in an unregistered motor vehicle. That is the one that he's going
to fight that one.
This is the hill I will die on, fighting that one.
All right, Shiloh.
Let's see. South Hadley. The town of South Hadley will disable comments on all town social media pages starting July 1st, including the South Hadley Police Department's Facebook page.
So get your comments and your memes ready to go, because time's a-wasting.
The town said posts will continue, including public safety updates and emergency alerts, but online engagement can count as public record. Officials said the town can no longer afford the software used to archive that engagement.
What? What are you talking about?
South Hadley Town Administrator Lisa Wong said South Hadley's social media pages are part of the public record. Our social media pages are part of public record, so to comply with state law, we actually have to record every single post and all the comments, and if a comment is deleted, we're supposed to have a record of that, she explained. In a post edited on Tuesday, the South Hadley Police Department said the change comes after the town reviewed Massachusetts public records law. The post said municipalities must retain records tied to social media platforms, including public comments, reactions, messages, and other engagement. South Hadley uses third-party archiving software to retain those records. The town said the software costs $10,000 a year.
Come on.
Wong said the town cannot continue paying for the software because of budget reductions tied to the fiscal year 2027 budget and a $3 million budget gap. We have tens of thousands of dollars that we need to figure out how to eliminate just in sort of IT costs alone, and we've probably got like $3 million across the town that we're trying to figure out how to cut as well.
I mean, I suppose it's possible that that's accurate, but I mean, for a lot of people, they disable comments because it's such a time-consuming pain in the ass to eliminate all the hurtful, hate speech-fueled comments that everybody gets on forums and social media. I'll tell you what, that's the thing that ruined Mass Live for me, when they removed all the comments from all the stories.
The forums?
Oh, my God.
And the forums. Remember the forums?
Forums were hilarious.
Yes, because it was all people in the industry writing and using pen names to write besmirching things about other people in the broadcast industry.
That was like the germination of internet trolling really began in Western Mass, was when Mass Live had those forums. I mean, you could troll people all day long, and it was so much fun.
Way better than the Penthouse forum.
Oh, my God, yes. So much better.
Police departments in Holyoke, Munson, Palmer, and Worcester have also turned off comments on their Facebook pages. Wong said she cannot speak as to why other communities may have turned off their comments, but she described the public records requirement as an unfunded mandate because towns have to preserve online records and pay for the tools to do it. It's weird to say that it's coming from social media, but I do hope, that folks will continue to look at social media and continue to find other ways to say thank you to a police officer, maybe actually in person.
Yeah.
What? I can't talk to anybody else. Listen, that's the whole reason I have social media, so I don't have to talk to actual people. I can just.
I didn't sign up for Facebook or Instagram or Twitter so I could hand out compliments.
Yeah.
I'm using that to humiliate people and to assassinate their character.
What will we do now without the boomers who write in capital letters saying, "Did anybody else hear that bang? Why are there 8 cruisers outside of the Walmart on Route 9?
Does anyone know the hours of the Dunkin' Donuts?
Is Dunkin' still doing curbside service?"
See, now these are the kinds of things that, I think people want to hear. People want to ask the questions that a simple Google search could resolve because that's the place to do it.
Actually, you're not going to find out. I think people are a little too nosy when it comes to, police activity. There's always somebody. It's a daily occurrence, especially on the Westfield one. There's always somebody asking, what was going on down there at the corner of Mechanic Street and Union Street, or whatever whatever the street is. What was going on down there, the Mechanic Street today? There was 2 police cruisers outside of an apartment complex. None of your damn business.
Don't worry. In 4 or 5 days, Mass Live will tell you.
But sometimes, police calls they could be innocuous. It doesn't necessarily mean there's something nefarious going on or some kind of activity that is even the business of anybody else other than the police and whoever made a call.
I got news for you. The cops, fire department, and ambulances take thousands of calls every single day. So if you're wondering what's going on in your street, it could be something. It could be nothing. It could be someone got sick and needs help to a hospital. Could be any number of things that are none of your beeswax.
I don't know if this is real or not, but somebody tagged me in one in the Westfield Community Forum about the sign of the Ridgecrest area of Westfield that now has an upside-down pineapple on the sign.
Really?
Yeah, but I thought that is Ridgecrest. I don't know all my neighborhoods. Is Ridgecrest part of the Munger Hill section? Because that's where I heard the swingers live, in the Munger Hill section of Westfield.
I honestly don't know the answer to that.
But I'm wondering if this is a real thing.
Well, I mean, maybe it was a right side up pineapple that just got overturned. Did you ever think about that?
I guess so. Effective immediately. This is a post, and I don't know if this is just a complete joke, and this sign is manipulated for picture purposes, because it's clearly a joke of the post. Effective immediately, the decorative pineapple displayed at the entrance to Ridgecrest shall be rotated 180 degrees into the internationally recognized upside-down position. After extensive consultation with absolutely no experts whatsoever, City Hall has concluded that the traditional upright pineapple no longer reflects the evolving social dynamics of the neighborhood. In interest of transparency, consistency, and saving newcomers several awkward conversations, the symbol will now accurately communicate what everybody was already thinking. The decision follows months of rigorous observation, multiple anonymous Facebook comment sections, and one resident who said, "You know why." This is clearly written by ChatGPT now that I'm reading it. Residents are reminded that any attempts to rotate the pineapple back to its original orientation may result in unnecessary confusion. And a strongly worded letter from the Department of Symbolic Affairs. That is definitely a ChatGPT written comment.
You've mentioned a couple of times about the Munger Hill section of Westfield. I lived in Westfield, a long, long time ago, but I knew of no such activity. Swingers in Westfield. Now, maybe I wasn't looking in the right places. Maybe no one was contacting me if I wanted to go to a little social gathering of swingers.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I just went into nextdoor.com, and it says Ridgecrest and Westfield, a peaceful, family-friendly neighborhood in Westfield, Massachusetts, known for its well-kept homes, quiet streets, and close-knit community. I see nothing there
Well,
that says anything about upside-down pineapples or dudes wearing medallions or anything like that.
Two things can be true, Bax. You can have all of that stuff, but you can also have the nightlife. Yeah. When that pineapple goes 180 degrees, you know it's party time in Westfield.
See, these, they're just rumors to me. I have no proof that any of this happens. And for all you know, it could be like one couple who are swingers in a neighborhood. And then all of a sudden, the reputation of the entire neighborhood is like, that's where all the swingers go.
They besmirch the rest of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because, it's just, it's just like anybody. You get a registered sex offender in a neighborhood. You get labeled as, there's sex offenders in that neighborhood. No, there's only one guy.
Yeah, there's one guy, and he's reported and is, because of parole issues, he's complying with his obligations.
Yeah. I bet you if we invite the people from Westfield over to here to these bathrooms, they'd be using all 3 floors.
Steve, I don't want to take that kind of risk. You know what? Again, this is a population that I don't really know a whole heck of a lot about as far as, where to go, what to do. Not like I'm looking, but I'm just saying, just rumors to me. Just rumors.
Rumors?
I don't see any concrete indication that this is what's going on. Someone said they just drove by, looked at the sign. The pineapple is right side up.
Okay. So it was either...
and Ridgecrest is Munger Hill area.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, at least I was right in the location, and that was probably a Photoshop photo. I said that from the beginning, clearly because the thing is written by an AI chatbot. Hey, it'd be really funny. Come up with a great Facebook post that I could make fun of the people of Westfield who, have been known to be swingers in this area of town. And then ChatGPT comes back with that.
I'd like to know the orientation of that rumor. Where did that start? What's the big bang, the ground zero of that rumor?
Somebody along the way, somebody came across something out in Westfield that indicated to them that this is a hopping, swinging neighborhood.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not possible. It's possible someone's going to a house or a hotel somewhere. Everyone's putting their keys in a bowl. That kind of thing.
That's not the only thing in a bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, by the way, did you know the Big E? All the state buildings on the Avenue Estates are part of each state.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I said, and I didn't respond yet, but I'm like, I did know that. And that's why each building is allowed to sell their own lottery tickets for each state in there.
That's correct.
That doesn't, I did look it up though. That doesn't mean that you can commit a crime in New Hampshire and take refuge in, Rhode Island.
You're not crossing state lines?
I guess technically you are, but not in that sense. The Massachusetts State Police have jurisdiction over that entire avenue of states.
Oh, I see.
So it's not
exactly
what you think it is or what I've been told by folklore going, you could commit a crime and then run to the Rhode Island building. They can't come and get you. Yes, they can.
Yeah, they can.
Yes.
Yeah, they can. But if I commit a crime, say in the Vermont building, will the Vermont State Police arrest me in Vermont and charge me in Vermont?
No, it's all under the jurisdiction of the Massachusetts State Police.
See.
So if you want a leaky balloon knot in Massachusetts, and you go try to get one in New Hampshire,
right?
It's not going to work for you.
Well, what about if I'm at one of the other buildings at the Big E, and there's a bunch of drunk people inside that said that guy left hours ago?
I don't know how that would work. You know what? It was Gene Cassidy who backed that parade float into the building at 24 miles
that
an
is
hour.
absolutely not true, and I'm not going to sit here and allow you to even consider that as an option.
Yeah, you ever check the data on his Apple Watch?
Gene is a good man, a good friend. And leave him alone.
He was elevated when he was on that big giant Ferris wheel. You could see the data going up and down as he did that.
If I had 35,000 pounds of butter, I'd be chucking that thing right at you.
Would you?
Yeah, no, I'd probably lick it. First. Anyway, look at the time. No, it's not.
It's not even that time yet.
But yeah. So anyway, Big E tickets, rock102.com.
My kid started driving school yesterday. Want to make you feel old?
Oh my God.
Yeah, right. She gets out of the class yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you do? And she's like, there's a lot to learn. You know, they go through all the traffic signs and all this other stuff. And then I said, did they show you the death on the highway video?
Blood on the highway.
Blood on the highway. And she said, no.
But that's coming.
It's like they only show up to the accident. And I'm like, how is that helpful? Wouldn't you want to show the gruesomeness of a car crash? I would think that would impact you more by seeing the gruesomeness of something, even if it was made up.
Yeah, but you know what? It is kind of a different time, and you could get some of these little buttercups to say, "Oh, I was traumatized by
my driving
school. Driver's ed caused me pain.
Yeah.
I'm damaged."
I just it just brought me back to the time that I took driving school, and I'm just thinking that must be a boring long, because you're talking, it's like 30 hours or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's a commitment. Now, have you taken her to like practice driving yet?
Yeah, remember I told you I was practicing with her in a parking lot.
That's right. Yes,
and the brake line blew on the truck.
Oh yeah.
Which thank God that didn't happen. Like on an actual roadway or an actual or even to me driving said vehicle through that thing. But it was a good lesson. This is how you handle a car that has no brakes.
I took all three of my kids driving in the parking lot of the old Eastfield Mall because there were so many wide open spaces in that parking lot. You weren't ever going to hit another car from miles away. But I'll tell you what, when you see your kid, your little tiny kid who just a few hours ago was born.
Yeah.
It is a bizarre,
eye-opening experience.
Yeah. It is indelibly printed in your head, and you'll never forget, especially when I went driving with my youngest. Kate for the very first time, and she's behind the wheel of my car, and I'm going, this is the most surreal experience of my life, is watching my little kids drive vehicles.
The problem is, first of all, the other day on Father's Day, I had to go all the way up to the Greenfield area, because softball doesn't stop on family holidays.
That's right.
And so then I'm like, all right, we got a couple hours to kill. Let's go take a few turns around a parking lot. So we were in this parking lot next to the Pioneer Valley Technical School.
Right.
The Jadook Theater. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it. Never been there.
Yeah, it's like a performing arts center. But they also have the Jadook Driving School. And lucky enough, all the cones were set up in the parking lot. I'm like, hey, you know what?
Perfect.
We'll use these. I was a scofflaw, a driving school scofflaw, letting my kid drive around these cones and parking lots. So thank you to the Jadook Driving School for unknowingly giving me access to your parking lot that already had the cones set up. And I was setting them up all over the place, going, hey, parallel parking here. We can do this.
And they came to work on Monday like, what the hell happened to all of our cones?
Steve Nagle must have been here.
The following takes place between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m.
To Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:11 and Quiet Riot with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be, let's see, sunny today with a high of 81. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 82. It is 66 right now in downtown Springfield. It's been a while since we've done Today I Learned, and for good reason. Because it brings PTSD when I have to,
What's next? The mass hat? That coming back?
Yeah, pretty much. We could do that. Or what was that other thing that we used to do?
The Bax of Life.
The Bax of Life.
Yes.
Well,
yeah, well, those don't have to happen ever again.
Some things are better left buried in a grave. or near a Great Lake.
Yes.
I don't know. Either way.
Anywho.
So yesterday, my daughter graduates, I guess they call it a step-up ceremony for 8th grade, right?
Right.
And, proud of the kid. She's pretty awesome. It's
a big day.
It's challenging for some of these, learning programs that these kids get into. So that went off without a hitch. And the whole ceremony, they're awarding the kids. There's different awards going on, and then there's speeches. And then the one of the speeches was from the math teacher, right? So the math teacher gets up and she starts, giving this really, nice speech about life and using analogies in math,
right,
to tie the journeys in life that you're going to have, and using these talking points for math related things to what you're going to be experiencing. And one of the things she said, a mile is 5,280 feet, and I go, what? I'm sitting there going, what are you talking about? 5,280 feet. I had always thought that a mile was 1,200 feet.
Why would you think that?
Because, I thought about this, and when I was a kid, I remember adults telling me the Empire State Building, because we lived near New York City, so there was a couple of places where you could go and you could see this New York City skyline.
Sure.
And I was always told that the Empire State Building is like a mile high, and then realizing, because it's around 1,500 feet or so, I guess. So to me, I always associated that measurement of being a mile, or roughly a mile. So, my entire life is like, it's 1,200 feet. That's what we got going on here. I had no idea it was 5,280 feet.
Yeah, it's actually much longer than that.
Well, I know that now.
It's almost 4.5 times longer.
But think about all the things I've done that have required mileage. I've done a lot more than I've ever realized I have.
Yes.
I've traveled many more miles on foot and in a car and in an airplane. I was thinking they were only maybe almost a fifth of that particular measurement. And here I am.
Remember the times when you ran a half marathon? Or like a 5K?
5Ks.
5K.
Yeah.
You did a 5K, which like 2.5 miles?
Yeah, something like that.
How far did you think that was going to be?
I don't know.
Did it seem kind of like, oh man, this is a lot longer than I thought?
Well, I don't know.
Because I thought a mile was 1,200 feet.
I'm always shorting myself on the measurements.
I mean, thank God.
Maybe I'm actually hung at 4 inches rather than the 2 that I've been besmirching myself for the last 47 years of my life.
Nice try.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever give somebody like directions to like your house and say, yeah, you want to travel 2 miles down the road?
Yeah, but
it's only like 2,400 feet. You should have no problem with it at all.
I never would use the feet.
Yeah. Meanwhile, some guys driving like 2.5 miles past your house because the directions were all messed up.
But think about this. There's been things. Is there anything you have learned as an adult going, I never knew that?
I'm sure there must be. But the idiocy was so traumatic. I tried to do whatever I could to suppress that memory.
In your entire life, can you ever remember one specific moment, even as like a teenager or something, that you could say, "Oh, I didn't even know that's what that meant, or that's what that was. I just discovered this today." We'll chime in on the Route 10 Tire listener line at 413-293-1021. What have you been so dumb about your entire life that you finally learned for the first time that was completely that what you knew was completely inaccurate?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this isn't exactly it, but I mean, I can tell you the last time that I did something really, really stupid that I should have known better happened this morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
On my way into work,
pulling in the parking lot?
Yeah, at 45 Fisher Avenue.
Oh, you've done.
I did that today. Like I actually
Again? You did it last week.
No, I didn't pull into the parking lot.
But you went that
I
way.
went that way, drove past
Yeah.
Fisher Avenue. It's only like another mile or so away. It's only another 1,200 feet away.
But see, it's that close. I knew it was closer than everybody who
so
said
you
it
just
was.
follow your nose. But yeah, this morning I don't know. I'm listening to a podcast. I'm on my way in, and all of a sudden I'm at Fisher Avenue. Like, what the hell am I doing?
I don't even consider that because it's muscle memory. I've
muscle
done
memory.
it once so far since and that was early on in the first month that we were in this building since March. I think the one time. Because I would always go up Sumner Avenue off of 91.
Right.
And then now I get off at that Longmeadow exit on the back end of Forest Park and come that way up Converse Street. But that's a muscle memory thing. I mean, you can't be blamed for something that you were doing for 30 years and going to the same place. And here is it. Of course you're going to.
So here's something that I do struggle with. Well, math, obviously, that's one of the things, but at least I knew it was 5,280 feet. Anyway, female anatomy. There are certain things about female anatomy by this point in my life I should know.
And you don't?
And I keep forgetting the order in which things are supposed to happen. Calendar-based type of things. Like I like as if somehow I'm supposed to keep track of what comes first.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you would think that every month I should know better, but it just because I've never experienced it myself, other than from the outside looking in, I can't necessarily keep everything in its proper order.
Here's some responses on the Route 10 Tire listener line.
Yes.
I don't know why you don't know anything about the female anatomy.
I know lots about the female anatomy. But the order of activities, I sometimes keep forgetting.
Well, when you're not equipped with the parts, you really can't be completely familiar with them. You know what I mean?
It'd be like having being an electrician and then being asked to do plumbing.
See, I'm
not trained in that kind of thing.
If I was bequeathed with those parts,
yes,
I'd break it within the first 24 hours.
You'd abuse the hell out of it. Of course you would.
I'd
know what you're doing.
I'd be returning it to the store going, hey, this doesn't work. Well, that's because you used it the wrong way.
Did you read the instructions?
Yeah. Why is this eggplant stuck? What is that? Anyway, somebody said, I never knew that, I didn't know that ketchup on hot dogs was only for 12-year-olds.
Okay. Well, all right.
Recently learned that when weather apps say a certain percentage of rain, that it means 100% going to rain, just only some smaller percentage of the population or region will actually get the rain. I learned that probably within the last 10 years, too, that when it says 50% chance of rain, that doesn't mean it's going to... There's a half and half chance of it going to rain. I can't remember exactly what but
50% of the area will get rain? Is that what that means?
Maybe.
Well, then there you go. I've learned a new thing.
Let's see. One day it clicked that the bullseye for the Target store symbol was in fact an actual target.
You didn't?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
You didn't see that?
Listen, we're all dumb dinks in some way.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm asking people, because I know that there are other people who have discovered that. I thought avocado was spelled advocado until a few months ago. I always thought, let's see, 5K equals 5,000. That's how many feet, I guess. Is that what that means?
No, it doesn't mean that at all.
Well, why is this person saying that?
I don't know.
Nobody told me you're supposed to purge your empty hot water heater once a year. I've been a homeowner for 9 years, so that poor water heater is ready to blow at any minute. Yeah, that's something you should definitely do.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means. I always thought that dogs laid eggs. That was a Family Guy thing. I'm 43. What order of activities during that time back? So I thought there was just one red event.
No, there's a lot of things leading up to it. It's not just like one event. It's a series of events that leads up. It's like a comedy show. You start off with the opener, then there's a middle or a feature, and then there's the headliner. And the headliner is what everyone knows, but there's a bunch of comedic lead up to all of it.
Is it really comedic?
It's not that funny.
No.
Kind of like an open micer.
I don't know if I don't know. Want to go to that $20 dinner?
No, you
comedy
probably
show.
wouldn't. This is a different kind of show.
Here's a guy. When I was a kid, I would go sledding on the Hospital Hill in Northampton for years. I thought it was called Hospital Hill because it was so dangerous it sent kids to the hospital. I only figured it out well into adulthood. It was called Hospital Hill because Northampton State Hospital was right behind it.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, 5K is 5,000 meters or 3.1 miles. Well, how many feet is that, though? That's only like 5,000 feet, right? If you really want to blow your mind, all systems of measurement are completely arbitrary. Someone at some point decided how long an inch is, and we just stick with it. Even a kilo, for example, needs a highly protected tungsten block to make sure we stick to it. You ever have your tungsten stick to a block?
Try not to.
I always thought it was called wheelbarrow, not wheelbarrow. I think I thought that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found out in high school what euthanasia was. Previously, I thought it referred to young people in Asia. I didn't realize donut is not spelled the way Duncan spells donuts.
Yes.
But yet donut dip spells it D-O-N-U-T on their sign.
That's true.
So that must be like a what is that?
I think that's just a common way of shortening, not having to add the G and the H.
My wife has been calling Provincetown Providencetown.
Two totally different towns in different states.
But see, I'm not the only dink in Western Massachusetts.
Not everybody knows everything. There's a lot of things that we just don't know.
Are you sure?
Look at me in math. Dude, it's embarrassing.
You've been confidently incorrect about many things over the years, though.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, but if you asked me to categorize them, I'm not sure I could.
I used to think dead end meant you would die when you went off the road. All right, I can't read the rest of that one. That's from a comedian, Anthony Pagan. The thing, but you see, again, I'm not the only idiot in this area. How many seconds are in a minute?
60.
Are you sure?
Oh no,
about that?
I'm sorry. That's there are 60 seconds in a minute.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes. Yes.
Why did you repeat that?
I don't know. I thought you said an hour.
No. In a minute.
In a minute.
60 seconds.
60,
Are
yes.
you sure about that?
Well, I mean, mostly sure.
China's Three Gorges Dam alters the Earth's rotation through mass redistribution by keeping nearly 40 billion tons of water elevated 175 meters above sea level in its reservoir. It shifts mass slightly outward from the axis of rotation, slowing the planet's daily spin by approximately 0.06 microseconds. So technically, there are not 60 seconds in a minute because of this thing that has been built and now holding back this water that has ipso fatso changed the Earth's rotation, slowed it.
Well, I don't know if this is true. I was once told this by a teacher, but you know how education goes. There's not exactly 24 hours in a day. It's actually 23 point something hours in a day. And the reason why you have the leap year in February every 4 years
Is to catch up? Okay. But that still doesn't. Now you got 6 milliseconds, 0.06 microseconds. I'm sorry. That's going to add up after a while. How are we going to fix that? Are we going to have another day, another leap day to fix that?
I don't know. But let me ask you this. With this information, how are we supposed to fill out our timesheets?
Well, because you know that if this company ever found out that they were paying us 0.06 microseconds more, they would have maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, you should have watched your mouth.
Oh, man.
It's affecting everybody.
Man, now that $6 will be $5.99.99999.
I'm ruined. It's 8:30 in Rock 102. 8:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aqua Pump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The Rumble Seat Bar and Grill at Chicopee has been approved for temporary extended hours under a state pilot program. This comes just in time for the FIFA World Cup, which started 2 weeks ago.
Just in the nick of time.
The Chicopee License Commission voted to allow the bar to serve drinks until 2:30 a.m. All beverages must be cleared by 2:45, and patrons are required to be out by 3 a.m. Billy Stetson, owner of the Rumble Seat Bar and Grill, said that he is thankful the city trusts the business with the responsibility. Temporary license allowing extended hours for the Rumble Seat Bar and Grill will remain in effect through July 31st. So it's not even a permanent thing.
It's just temporary.
Until the end of July. The whole thing is so stupid that you allowed casinos. There was 2 casinos in the state, Wynn and MGM, that were allowed when they opened. We're going to allow you to go to 4 o'clock in the morning to keep your bar business going. But everybody else got left in the dark. And here we are in a trial program. I don't know why it needs to be a trial program when it has, if you're saying how successful it's been with casinos in the state, why shouldn't it be for every bar?
That's a good question, Steve. It's interesting that you have to apply for a special temporary license to be open that late. It's also interesting that nobody else... I mean, I don't know how many other bars applied for it. Was it just Billy, or was it other owners too?
I'm sure there were other bars, and if he just got the letter yesterday, I'm sure that there are going to be other bars who were approved in different towns. Again, it's a state-issued thing, but it's got to be done by whatever town or jurisdiction you're in as well.
Right.
Like, they have to approve that. So I don't know, how, if any... He's claiming that he's the first... It could be the first in Massachusetts,
right,
but definitely the first in Western Massachusetts.
Well, the Rumble Seat, to Billy's credit, is a great place to see a game. Now, if you got a soccer game, it starts at 10 p.m., right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be well past midnight before that game is done. And that once the game is over, you just don't want to go home.
No.
You want to drink yourself slap silly. That's what you want to do.
I wish more places would be open later for serving food.
Yes.
I mean, the pandemic really put the kibosh on that, and there's not really a whole lot of options that are open till... I really think food should be served until 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I don't know the demand on that, but when you're talking about alcohol laws and responsibilities and letting people have the ability to eat in order to maybe stretch that time out before they decide that they're going to leave the bar, give some people more time if they are doing that dumb thing about driving in the car on their way home, but at least you give yourself some time and hopefully you sober up in a little bit.
I mean, you have to eat a whole big platter of eggs at the Bickfords to make that happen.
Now, last Friday, after that Agawam show, I stopped in to Murphy's Pub over in Agawam.
Sure.
And thank God, they're open. They're open till I think 11 or 12 for food. And they have a late night menu, which I think is perfect for that kind of thing. Especially if I'm coming home from a show, you know how hard it is to find a place that you don't want to eat.
It's impossible. You don't want to eat fast food necessarily.
You don't want to eat fast food, and you don't also want to eat, well, not that deep fried food is going to be, but it's a different option at least. You don't want to eat before you perform. I have a hard time eating and then being full.
You got to eat before you perform, kind of like eting before surgery. You need your strength.
You got to go on stage hungry. That's what you got to do.
Oh, yeah. No, I could never do that.
But most of the time there's nothing available. Murphy's, one of my favorite dishes over there, or appetizers, is the corned beef egg rolls, which are...
Oh, yeah.
And they serve it with the little Thousand Island dressing sauce.
Yeah. The food there is good.
It's really good.
Really, really good.
It's really good, and I was kind of surprised that they were open. Like, a lot of places aren't doing that, but maybe now with these extended hours that they have with these, if a lot more bars start getting them,
it'll be interesting to see if this is just an experiment. Because let's face it. There have been other times when it would be perfectly justified to offer this opportunity for bar owners to stay open later. Super Bowl Sunday, during when the Red Sox have been in the World Series, things that, you could see. All right, maybe keeping the party going, not such a dumb idea. I mean, I realize, the World Cup is a major event, but nevertheless, maybe there should be exceptions.
Perhaps. I would hope that there would be exceptions.
I would think so.
But I don't know why we punish businesses in this state. What rules for thee and not for me kind of thing.
Well, I mean, you think about all the fees and taxes that a restaurant or bar has to pay in order just to be an operational business. Massachusetts isn't necessarily the most small business friendly state in the country by a long shot.
Yeah, it's unless there's money involved.
Well, money for the state involved, sure.
Right.
But I can't believe there's not a little bit of something going back to the state of Massachusetts. They're not doing this for free.
Nothing's for free, man.
You're damn right.
Boy, your money is for nothing, and your chicks are for free. But now you can do the whole, I said to the bartender, what time is it? He said, the clock on the wall says 2:30. Last call for alcohol. So what you want? The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame unveiled its newly renovated museum retail store on Tuesday in Springfield.
Wow.
Wow.
They're going to have enough parking for all those people going down there to buy shirts and shoes?
Yeah, people are clawing over each other to get to that Knicks gear in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
You got to strike while the iron is hot. If you want balls, that's the place to go.
The redesigned space includes several new experiential elements, including a Champions Tunnel, a central lounge experience, and a locker room moment.
But only a moment.
The store also includes gaming system activations designed to create an interactive space within the museum. Jerry Gilbert, Chief of Marketing Officer and Principal of Event Network, said the Hall of Fame's retail, which is the Hall of Fame's retail partner, said the space was reimagined in collaboration with the Hall of Fame. Well, we completely reimagined the entire space in close collaboration with the Hall of Fame team. The whole goal was to make it highly experiential, really immersive for all the guests who are coming through and had a wonderful experience and learning about the history of the game of b-ball, and we bring them here and try to make memories for them.
Who is that?
That's Jerry Gilbert, Chief Marketing Officer and Principal of Event Network.
Well, let me throw these questions at you. Has there been someone who moved into the space of previously occupied by the Plan B Burger Bar?
That's where we used the tunnel to get into the... No, I don't know if that's the...
Has there been anyone to fill the unoccupied space currently held by the Place to Be?
I don't know if anybody's down there or not.
Has anybody committed to signing a lease in that other retail space currently owned by, Think 5?
Plan 5? What was it called?
It was Think 5, then Plan B, and the Place to Be.
No. You're thinking of that restaurant over in Agawam.
No, Steve, that's Take 5.
No, you're thinking of that lottery game from the New York State Lottery.
No, Steve, you're thinking about Take 5.
No, you're thinking of that burger joint down on Riverdale Street in West Springfield and several other locations throughout Western Massachusetts.
No, Steve, I think you're thinking about Five Guys.
All right. I don't even know we could do this anymore.
Well, there's the Jackson 5.
Oh, the Jackson 5.
Right, yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Well, anyway. It's nice to know that they're filling the retail spaces with places that they already own, like their store.
Yeah. Well, listen, things are happening down at that Hall of Fame.
Oh, you can feel it.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but they exist. And I have a 6-point plan to tell you on how to get there.
Wait until Enshrinement Week.
When
all those Hall of Famers say, wow, look at this store. We're selling my shirts.
Here's your 6-point plan to get there. You can take I-91 North. You can take I-91 South. You can take State Street. You can take Union Street. You can take East Columbus Avenue. You can take West Columbus Avenue.
Yeah.
And everything in between.
You know what you can do? You can go into the retail store. Buy yourself all kinds of Hall of Fame merchandise, basketball stuff, shorts, shirts, jerseys, balls, what have you.
Balls.
And then rather than take it into the museum part of the Hall of Fame, you can go out to your car in the parking lot and put the stuff in there, go back, assuming there's any available parking for your car, and then go back and enjoy all the things that they have to offer. You can look at all those sneakers and stuff on the walls.
You just got this whole thing just figured out, don't you?
Hey, listen, I know enough about the Hall of Fame to practically run the place.
You are a man of means. You know how to get a thing or two about a thing or two.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to ask me, Steve.
2 teens are in custody after riding a dirt bike through a mall in Myrtle Beach. The incident at the Coastal Grand Mall was captured on video. Myrtle Beach responded to the mall around 10:54 a.m. on Wednesday, which was over a week ago, after reports of a dirt bike inside the building. Video showed the teens riding through the mall, crashing into a kiosk, and then running.
Oh, my gosh.
Police quickly caught both teens. No injuries were reported. This is the problem with these electric dirt bikes. Because it's not like you have exhaust and all that stuff that would have hampered maybe your experience before. But now you're riding an electric dirt bike through the store.
Look at the video now. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, they once they hit the kiosk, they went running. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Going running.
They hit the kiosk, and they start hoofing it. Wow. I got to tell you what. That's awesome.
Oh, listen. How bad do you need an Aunt Annie's pretzel that you need to ride your dirt bike directly into?
Well, the escalators weren't working that day, so they had to find another way to get from one end of the mall to the other.
It's Myrtle Beach. All the escalators were working. This is not What are you? Myrtle Beach is. I've been to been to Myrtle Beach, sir, and Myrtle Beach is no Holyoke.
You have any idea how hard it is to ride a dirt bike and hold a box full of Cinnabon at the same time?
That is very difficult.
Very hard.
I have done that. What about an Orange Julius?
Well, yes, or a Sbarro. Yeah, those are big slices. You need both hands.
Or a Banana Republic. You get or a sunglasses from the Sunglass Hut.
Well, that's what they smashed into.
Yeah. What about that? Well, I wonder if the kiosk was that guy with the overpriced cell phone covers. You want good cell phone cover? $70. But it's only $20 on Amazon. No good. $70.
Maybe these guys were running late for their eyebrow threading.
Oh yeah, it could do that.
Yeah,
or maybe
those are in every mall now.
What was the thing about the Claire's last week that we said?
Oh my God,
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I'm sure whatever we said was absolutely hilarious.
It was absolutely hilarious. But yeah, you can get maybe what's that other store? Theory, the skate shop.
Yep, there's that.
I'm trying to think what else. Joanne Fabrics is long gone.
Hot Topic.
There you go.
You got to run into the store to make sure you're not the last guy buying a Joy Division T-shirt.
That's true. Hey, who doesn't? Spencer Gifts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm picking all this stuff up on my motorbike. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny with a high
Evel Knievel of retail.
Watch me jump the gap over this broken escalator. What's the worst thing you ever found in your fast food?
Oh, boy. I would say like a hair would probably be like the worst thing I've ever found.
How about herpes?
Is that like a special dipping sauce or what is that?
Well, here's the article. Arby's manager accused of giving customer herpes after spitting in food.
I don't think you can do that.
The main reason most people go to fast food joints is the convenience. Being able to drive up at any time at darn near any place to get food sounds great, but now it has its downsides, at least if you're unlucky enough to endure this, because this sounds like a Coombs story. Arby's has been sued for allegedly spitting in a sandwich, according to the New York Post. Amanda Hendricks allegedly contaminated food ordered by Jenica Church. This almost sounds exactly like this Southbridge McDonald's incident.
Oh, yeah.
Not too long ago. The incident is alleged to have happened during a late-night visit on March 28th. Church had just finished a bartending shift and had showed up just before the restaurant closed. It was taking a little bit of time, she recalled. I thought they were mad at me because it was about to close. Footage from the Oklahoma Arby's referenced by the affidavit says Hendricks had handled meat for a sandwich before lowering her head towards the floor. Isn't that the exact motion when you're handling meat? And now Hendricks is facing a felony poisoning with intent to injure charge, and Arby's is facing a civil lawsuit. Church had sued Arby's, alleging that she had contacted HSV1, also known as oral herpes. It's different to HVS2, which is the other kind.
I see.
The downtown kind.
Right.
although either can affect the other area. But Church isn't the only one who is upset at what allegedly happened. Her family have to explain that the diagnosis was just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the effect. Her mother-in-law, Patricia Dollarite, her name is Dollarite, and she's suing.
That's right.
Said that she and other relatives who shared the food became terrified that they might be infected too. However, luckily no other infections have been reported, publicly at least. In any case, there were some more sentimental things that had to be stopped because of the diagnosis.
Yeah, this is a terrible story. I mean, you think about it. You know, the woman doesn't realize her food is getting spit on. She's going to an Arby's late at night. Hasn't she suffered enough already?
I know. But who hasn't gotten HSV-1 from a roast beef flap before? Loaded with horsey sauce.
Dip next to those curly fries.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. A little
yeah.
street meat never hurt anybody.
Honestly, I mean, isn't this a sad enough story even without the spitting?
Yeah. I don't know why anybody thinks that is good food.
Because they've got the meats.
But it's not meat. What was
It's
the last
meat.
time you had? Is it?
I went
It's
to
a meat-like product.
It is meat. It is not any soy-based product. It is actual meat. It may not be from the best parts of a cow or even part of a cow, but it is still meat of some. It is a meat-related substance.
That's what I mean. It's not 100% meat. It's 100% meat-like.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, there you go. Arby's serving up the best.
No, we haven't mentioned a whole lot today, and we probably should repeat this information a lot today and tomorrow. There's no $20 dinner and a comedy show tomorrow night.
No, there is not. It's only blacked out for this week. Next week, we'll be back on July 2nd. We've already had several purchases for the July 2nd show.
Yeah, you just don't want people showing up there tomorrow saying, hey, where's my $20 dinner and where's this comedy show?
Right. We also have had some sales for the Jacob's Ladder Tavern show, formerly Papa Bob's, formerly Uncle Larry's, up in Beckett, Massachusetts.
Actually, I believe it's pronounced Beckett.
I don't know. I don't even know if they know how to pronounce it up there. But that's up in Beckett, Mass. That's next Friday, July 3rd.
And you're also doing a charity show too, right?
I'm doing a charity show this weekend, and it's going to be a great show. We got the Stephen Donovan, who's a very funny guy, and also Tommy O'Connor, who's a fairly new comedian, but he's been around. It's one of those guys that you look at and you go, wow, this guy, he's only been doing it for, a year.
He's got something.
He's got material. He's a former he's a recovering alcoholic, so he's got lots of material for such a young age, like 21 or 22 years old. But he's very funny, and he talks about those experiences, and it's gonna be a good show. That's gonna be at Fire by Forge this Saturday. That's in Hartford on Broad Street. And it's a great restaurant. It's one of these where they kind of train people how to, become chefs, and it's like a share thing. One of those
that's cool.
Money share type of things, and it's really good food. I was down there back in December for a show with Comedy Craft Beer, but this is for on Tuesdays We Wear Black. That's what it's going to benefit. Show is at 7:00 on Saturday night. Doors open at 6. You can find tickets at funnyforfunds.com.
All right. I just thought we should mention that one more time because, people want to, plan their week ahead of time.
Yeah.
You don't want them going. Yeah, I mean, they can go to the shortstop and have themselves a great time. I'm just saying, if they're looking for a $20 dinner and a comedy show, ain't going to find it this week.
No, not this week. But my week is already planned out. I have decided to tithe my income with traveling softball.
Well, Steve.
I got tired of the church, so I said, you know what? The church has had enough of my tithing. I'm going to tithe mine to a youth sports organization, as well as all my tithing my time as well.
Well, I'm sure in a very real way, Jesus would want it that way.
What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do?
Yeah.
He'd put all 12 apostles in the minivan, drive to the next game. And then after it was over, they'd all get the soft serve.
It's going to be a long weekend. This will be my first experience with tournament weekend.
Oh. Is this the kind of tournament where you could play 2 games in a single day?
Dude, it's like every day of the weekend. Thursday, is practice.
Yes.
Friday is the tournament game. Then Saturday all day. And if they do well, then they get to play on Sunday morning.
Wow.
Wow, I cannot wait.
If it were, I can't imagine the thrill and excitement of spending 4 full days of watching softball. I mean, that's got to be. Do you have like a chair, like a fold out chair?
I got
a little cooler of beverages.
Not only do I have a fold out chair, but I have a fold out chair with a roof on it.
To avoid getting sunburned from all those hours you'll be watching your kid play softball.
And it's got a cup holder for my lavender iced tea that I'll be enjoying on the field, and it's gonna be a humdinger.
You know, it would almost make this even better if, like, one of your kids was playing softball, but then another one had a whole weekend of dance recitals.
No.
That's living it up.
This is why I'm teaching the other child how to drive, so I can push this burden of traveling all over the great region of New England.
Well, best of luck. Best of luck with all that.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll even say, you know what? I know you're not supposed to drive with another passenger until you're, however that is. But you know what? I'm going to let you go out on your own. You're going to Tewksbury, kid. Who doesn't want to drive to Tewksbury for the first time?
With 3 full rows of passengers inside this minivan.
Oh, absolutely.
Good for you.
Yeah, good time.
I feel so bad I won't be able to join you in all that fun.
You know what? I'll make some videos while I'm there.